It is Friday, December 22nd, and the Splash Zone is back in your life. I'm Matt Modi with my 4 favorite NBA player props for today's NBA betting slate. Again, we're talking Friday, December 22nd. Splash Zone just means we're going to try and find who's going to splash around and get us wet and who's not. And today we will truly be going back to our Splash Zone roots. We'll get into that in a little bit. Before I can do that, got to do a recap from yesterday, which was fine. I'm never going to complain about having a profitable day. Yesterday, we went 2-2. Because of the plus money odds, we were up exactly 0.1 units. Nobody's going to get rich with that type of results, but we will not complain for a profitable day. Luckily, the season has been very profitable for us. Season to date, we are up 21.24 units with an ROI just under 17%. That's an incredible ROI. Would love to have a great day today to get that number above 20%. If you're riding with me on these plays, make sure to comment and let me know. If there are plays that you like, also make sure to comment and let me know. A like helps me out a ton. And then, of course, if you're not already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel so we can start making money together. And let's get into it. Let's see who's going to get us wet. First play, this is in the Hawks versus Heat game. We're taking Clint Capella under 11.5 points, plus 123 odds at BetRivers, or you can get it at plus 115 at ESPN Bet, but I would not take it below the plus 115 number. So our first play is going to be our first and only play of someone who is not going to get us wet, as we are fading Clint Capella. And I will admit, this one does feel scary. Capella has been playing well recently. He's gone over this number in 6 straight games and in 8 of 10 as well. So this is going to be the ultimate fade of recent events. And we're probably going to have to call this one our Pepto play as well. Sometimes if a play is really scary, I still like it, but it can be scary. We call those our Pepto plays of the day. With all that said, I absolutely love taking his under tonight. I love fading those recent results. First of all, if he has been hammering his over so frequently, why are the books only pricing his over-under at 11.5, or some have it at 12.5, but heavily juice the under, right? For a point total on an NBA prop, generally the books get enough action on this market that the lines are pretty sharp, which means that A, they know what they're doing, and B, people are not expecting Clint Capella to hit the averages that he's hit the past 6, the past 10 games. So it makes me question, why aren't they upping his over-under? Well, it's because they're not expecting him to score up to those standards. But the real reason why I like this play, aside from questioning the books, that's my little Vegas conspiracy theory, is actually my favorite reason why, is because of how tough the Heat defense is, specifically against centers, and specifically against the type of center that Clint Capella is. His athletic game, his bag, he's a rim runner. He doesn't have any post moves, doesn't have any behind the back type of to the basket type of game. I kind of fumbled through that, but you know what I mean. He's not like Embiid, who's going to post up, who's going to play at the elbow. That's not his game. He's a lob threat. And Bam Adebayo is a great defensive center for those types of players. He's a little bit shorter. So against the Jokic's and Embiid's of the world, he struggles a little bit. But overall, there's not a lot of players like that. And because of that, the Heat just don't give up a lot of points to centers. They actually give up the fewest amount of points per game, specifically to centers. Props.cash lists the Heat as the toughest matchup for opposing centers for the point total prop, which makes sense. Overall, only one of the past 7 centers against the Heat have gone over their point total over-under, and that was Mo Wagner, who scored 11 points on an over-under of 8.5. I absolutely love this play of fading recent results. Take some Pepto with it, but I really, really do like it. That's our first play. Next up, we're sticking in the same game, Hawks versus Heat, and we're taking Deonte Murray over 2.5 made 3-pointers. This is at plus 135 odds at DraftKings. Now we are truly getting to our Splash Zone roots, which started solely doing 3-point props. I decided to open it up a little bit more than that. Still trying to get plus money bangers. But starting with Murray, another play that I really do like. As good as the Heat defense is against centers, which I was talking about earlier, one area in which they struggle is guarding the 3-point line, specifically against guards. I'm talking point guards and shooting guards. In general, if you just look at their raw stats, at guarding the 3-point line, they're mostly average. They're not terrible. They're not great either. They allow 13.5 made 3-pointers per game. That's 19th in the NBA. So yeah, below average, but not the bottom third. And they allow their opponents to shoot 37.7% from deep, which is 22nd in the NBA. So a little bit worse, is in the bottom third. But With that said, specifically against guards, and again, point guards and shooting guards, they allow the third most three-pointers made in the NBA at 7.08. The Celtics and the Thunder are above them. The Heat allow the third most to point guards and shooting guards. And for what it's worth, props.cash gives you the matchup, how easy or difficult the matchup is depending on the position and the prop. For the shooting guard position, the Heat are the second easiest matchup for three-point props, according to props.cash. Deonte Murray has been playing has been shooting well, I should say, from deep. He's hit this in his past 2 games. He's hit this in 4 of 6 as well. Sometimes that scares me off, but in this situation, I'll back a hot shooter in an easy matchup. I guess easy matchup for shooters, not an easy offensive matchup in general. Hopefully, Deonte Murray can come through for us, cashing our second play. Next up, our third play of the evening in the Wizards versus Warriors game. We're taking Klay Thompson over 4.5 made three-pointers, plus 152 odds at Caesars. So whenever a team plays the Warriors, whenever a team plays the Wizards, the W's confuse me. Whenever a team plays the Wizards, it's pretty much choose your own adventure in terms of how you want to target them, right? Because they're always going to be a plus matchup. So which way do you want to go about it? In this case, the Klay Thompson three-point angle is what I decided to go with. I love backing Klay in this game. We all know at this point in his career, Klay can be a very streaky shooter. He can go 1 for 10, or he can go 8 for 11. Well, he's in one of those hot streaks. So you're going to want to back Klay when he's in the middle of a hot streak. So this is another situation where we are actually not fading recent results, but instead we are backing them. On the year, Klay has only hit 5 or more three-pointers in 6 games. 3 of those games have come in the past 4 games. And in the 1 game he missed in this 4-game stretch, he had exactly 4 on 9 attempts. Putting up 9 attempts against the Wizards is essentially just like 9 warm-up attempts because of how bad their defense is. Now, overall, if you look at just total three-point stats, the Wizards are actually in the middle of the league as opposed to the bottom of the league. The reason why, of course, is they offer such little resistance to the rim that teams just don't shoot a lot of three-pointers against them because they're constantly getting wide-open dunks and layups. But the thing with the Warriors is they don't really attack the basket like we see from most teams. They're a motion of pace and space offense. So what I see is Steph driving to the basket with ease, because that's what you do against the Wizards. But instead of going up, he kicks it out to an open Klay. According to props.cash, the Wizards are 26th in terms of guarding the three-point line against shooting guards specifically. So that does help with this angle. And as an honorable mention, I do like Steph assists in this one as well. I'm only going to track whether Klay hits, but if you want an honorable mention, I do like Steph over his assist prop. It's pretty high, which is why I didn't officially go with it, but it's high for the exact reason of how pathetic the Wizards defense is. That's our third play. Hopefully Klay can come through for us. Last up, fourth and final pick of the evening in the Raptors versus 76ers game. Scotty Barnes, 3+ made three-pointers, plus 320 odds at FanDuel. So for our last play of the slate, I had to go with the spiciest play as well in terms of odds, backing Scotty Barnes to make three-pointers for us. I actually think plus 320 is really, really good value and insane pricing from the books when you consider everything that I'm going to talk about. So I think it's a really good number to take advantage of. Don't let the plus 320 odds in and of itself scare you. You need to look in the matchup. So yeah, Scotty Barnes has only hit this in 9 of 27 games this year. That is at a 1/3 rate. But this is kind of sports betting math for you. Plus 320 odds. If you're just betting plus 320 odds, that has a break-even win percentage of 23.81%. I looked this up using the OddsJam odds converter calculator. That means if you win 25% of your bets at plus 320 odds, you will be making money. In 9 of 27 games, that is 1/3 of the time. Now, obviously, it's not that simple. You can't just look at hit percentage in the odds and bet based off of that. I'm just saying, if you were to do that, that's well above our break-even number. But the reason why I like this play tonight is because Scotty Barnes has actually been pretty hot from deep recently. And I need to look at a bigger sample size because the last 3 games he has gone under. So it's not the immediate sample size, but if you go a little bit past that, he hit 3 3-pointers in the 3 games prior to this 3-game stretch, and in 5 of 7 prior to this 3-game stretch as well. So even if you take his recent cold streak, he's hit this in 5 of 10 games. Half of his games, you're getting it at plus 320 odds. That's pretty good. So this recent cold streak is actually a situation where we are fading immediate results, but we're backing a larger sample size worth of results. So I do like this play here. The Sixers in general do a pretty good job at guarding the 3-point line. And Scotty Barnes did miss this in the first 2 games that these two teams played, but he's been shooting much better since then. The team that they played in October and November, and again, Barnes has been shooting much better since then. He still attempted a combined 12 3-pointers in that game. The Sixers tend to leave shooters open if they don't respect their jump shot. We'll see if they respect Scotty Barnes. They didn't in the first 2 games. Granted, he didn't make them pay. I think he will be able to tonight, cashing our 4th and final pick of the evening. And that's all we got. 4 plays for you guys to lock in. If Scotty Barnes cashes, we're guaranteed to be profitable. If any combination of 2 of these plays cash, we're guaranteed to be profitable. We are of course, hoping to go 4 for 4. Going to go 4 for 4, 4 for 4. If you're riding with me, again, make sure to comment and let me know. Other than that, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Appreciate everybody for watching, and have a good one.